Darwin tries to point to the fact that there is a great advantage to having a two-parent system. It allows for genetic shuffling, and thus allows for weak genes or harmful mutations to get weeded out or covered up. He likes to distract you with facts every now and then. But the advantage it offers now does nothing to explain how it came about in the first place. You can't explain the invention of the driver's side airbag by spouting statistics on how many drivers it saves. It's not like bacteria gathered and formed committees to plan this out in advance. There was no Precambrian Imagineer team of bacteria. Or was there?
Okay, group, listen up. What we're going for in Phase 1 is the ability for a bunch of us to merge together into a single unit. One big organism with one set of genes for all of us. That sounds difficult. Nigh impossible there, Phil, but it's gotta be done so we can reach Phase 2. What's Phase 2? We're gonna get those multicellular organisms to develop specialized organs which will create haploids. What's a haploid? It's a cell that carries only half of the genes which are needed to make the organism. Why are we gonna do that? Because in Phase 2 Part B, we will make a completely different, yet compatible organism, which is making haploids which can join up with the first one's haploids and make a full set of genes. And not to beat a dead horse here, Bob, but why we want to do that? Because if an organism has the ability to swap genes with another, the shuffling of genes will make for a greater diversity in the population, and natural selection will naturally select for an organism which can add diversity into its population. But until we get both halves of the system working, how are we going to keep natural selection from selecting this whole shebang out? Well, that's part of what this committee needs to figure out. Seems unlikely. Oh yeah, sure does. Not only that, but if all this gains us is the ability to shuffle the old genes in the population, isn't this a waste of time? What you mean there, Phil? We're bacteria, Bob. We can already do that. Can we? Sure. Some of us hand out genes like candy at a parade. Others can write new genes to help us survive in difficult environments. Oh, like your cousin Nylonase. You betcha. Also, the whole reason viruses exist is to give us genes we don't already have so we all don't look exactly alike. Well, all of that might be true, but this plan will be far bigger and more complex. How long do you suppose before we have a working prototype? A few million years? 10 million tops? As long as we can break to watch hockey, I'm in.
And after lots of meetings, the plans were implemented so efficiently that the result is still known as the Cambrian explosion. Ha ha! I'm kidding, of course. Bacteria planning ahead is a silly idea. Uncle Chuck assures us that the insurmountable leaps in engineering that took single cells into complex multi-celled life with a diversity of different kinds of cells, all coded for in one collection of chromosomes, and the organs to produce compatible haploids, all came about with no planning or guidance whatsoever. Because, somehow, that's less silly and improbable.